this wonderful freezing winter day. Today we're gonna talk about ice. Oh. A warm hello on this very cold and freezing winter afternoon from Austria. Happy New Year to all of you around the world. Today I'm going to talk about a topic that's just right for this time, because we have a really cold winter this year. It's the second time that our schwimmteich is solidly frozen, and that's why we want to give you some hints what to do when it gets frozen, when it gets so cold that all water freezes. When we first got our schwimmteich and when we had our first winter, we did what everybody should do who has a swim pond or a natural pool that gets frozen in winter and that is built solidly with concrete. You should put into your water, as long as it's not frozen yet, a plastic bottle, some kind of plastic that's empty and is full of air, and you put it inside the water and it swims on the surface. And then when the water freezes, you should know what happens when water freezes. It expands, and that's why it's dangerous, and it can cause harm on some of your stuff if water freezes and you don't do anything, because it expands, and that's why it can cause damage. You maybe know that I remember in my childhood we had on our balcony, my parents used to keep their bottles of wine on the balcony. And in winter, when it got really cold, the wine froze inside the bottles. And because, as I said, ice expands, the bottles broke. And we had all this mess on our balcony. And with a schwimmteich, it's the same system. Oh, our cat likes it. The water freezes and it expands. The ice expands a little bit. And if you have a swimming pool, for example, and the water freezes, it can damage the liner or even the concrete, because the ice gets bigger. And if there is no way for the surrounding to let go, it can cause damage. So in the first year, as I said, we had bottles inside our water, nothing happened. But then, I think the second year we just forgot to put the bottle, or the bottles, we had 2 or 3, the bottles inside the water before it froze. So it froze without any bottles in the water. Nothing happened. So we thought about it, and if you have a schwimmteich like ours, with all this open space around and no concrete used, you don't need those things to protect your schwimmteich. Because what happens is the ice may expand, but it doesn't matter, because all that happens is that some of the stones, some of the pebbles on the edge, they get moved, but that's it. So nothing to worry about if you have a schwimmteich like ours without any technical support. If you use a skimmer, then it's different. If you use a skimmer, you also have a pump, and a pump or a skimmer should not get frozen in the pipes, in the hoses. So what you have to do is to remove your skimmer and your pump that you might use. You should remove them before the weather gets too cold. Otherwise, the other possibility is to keep the pump running all the time. That takes some power, but it protects the water against freezing. So now, as I said, it's the second time that it's so frozen like now for this year, and I'm gonna try it if it holds me. Yep, looks good. Yeah, it works well. So even in winter we have some fun on our schwimmteich, not in. But I have seen before, and I have to check this here on the edge. Oops, I'm in the deep zone. Here on the edge it gets already wet. So I should be a little bit careful. But I'm gonna try to put on my skates and do some ice skating. So, schau mal. Ja. Naja, es geht. Bitte mach, dass es nicht einbricht. It works well. Macht Spaß. Ups. You see, and here I can show you what happens to the ice. What happens when the ice freezes? The ice closes in the stones, and now if the ice freezes more and it expands, then what will happen is that the stone will move to the edge. And then of course when it gets warmer, the ice melts, and then the stone won't have any more hold and it will just slip down. So this is why in spring, after a cold winter, we find a lot of stones on our stepping stones, on our plates. Yeah, so that's it. Let's continue being sportive. See you.